What's up guys, this is Skate Tutors, and this is how to build a complete skateboard. So firstly, you gotta figure out what tools you need. So the tools that you're gonna need are a skate tool, a razor blade, a screwdriver, a power gun. If you want to get it done faster, I prefer this. And it should be Phillips head. Great. And I'm going to go over the different parts of the board that I have right now that I'm going to put together. Alright, the first thing you want to do when you put together a skateboard is put on the grip tape. And obviously the grip tape on this board is already put on. And I'm going to make a little short video of my previous video that shows you how to put on grip tape. And here it is. First, peel off the grip tape and look straight over top of it to line it up. Push down from the center of the board. Use the Jessup sheet to help you smooth it out with the symbol facing up. Use a screwdriver to scrape the sides on an angle. Poke a hole through the grip tape from the bottom up. Cut the excess grip off on a 45-degree angle. Sand the sides with an excess piece of grip. Poke holes from the bottom side up by screwing your wrist. Use the end of the screwdriver and do a circular motion on the top side of the board to make the holes bigger. Great! So after watching that little short video, it gives you an idea how to put on the grip tape, but if you want to learn how to do it in more detail, just click on the top of the screen on the tab, and that will take you to how to put grip tape on a skateboard, and it gives you a lot more detail. It's like a 17-minute video, but I think that's how long it takes to learn how to grip a board, because it's actually the hardest part about putting together the skateboard is actually putting on grip tape. So that's why I made a whole separate video. So check that out, and now we're going to continue on the parts of the skateboard. So the first part I'm going to talk about is the deck. Obviously you have to have the deck. This is a Baker skateboard. Baker's one of my favorite kinds of skateboards. I've been riding Baker boards forever. Next are the trucks, and these are a new type of independent trucks that I'm going to try. And they're independent hollows, and they're really light, and they're really strong apparently. Independents are one of the best trucks I've ever used. They last forever, they're strong, and I'm psyched to try these new kind. And here are my wheels, and these are Spitfire wheels, and they're 54 millimeters, and they're classic Formula 4s. Great wheels. There's a lot newer models, but I like the classics. You can't go wrong with the classics. And after that are the bearings. My favorite kind of bearings to use are China Bone Reds. And they're cheap and they last forever. I'm telling you, they last forever and they're so cheap. The next thing I want to talk about is the hardware. And the coolest thing about this hardware is actually from my parents' skateboarding shop. Back in the early 2000s, we had a skate shop when I was in middle school called Joe's Board Shack. And now I'm gonna take these and skate this hardware and use it for my new complete skateboard. So it's got sentimental value to me. Alright, great. So now we're going to go over how to put the board together. And we're going to take the hardware, we're going to open this up. It's classic hardware, so I'm psyched about this. Out of the way. I don't even want to mess the box up because it's so old. It just opens up. And check that out. Beautiful hardware. And the coolest thing about this hardware, it comes with this sticker. And that's a classic Alien Workshop sticker right there, and I'm going to keep this, add to my sticker collection. Make sure you don't lose the hardware. Take the hardware and you just stick it through this side, top side, through the holes. And I'm gonna with offsetting color on the other side. Stick them through the holes, like so. Because you've already made your holes. Put them all in. And it looks like they actually give you an extra one. So I don't know if they do that now. They did. They did in the early 2000s. So there you go. Get your money's worth. Alright, so now you got them in each holes, and then you flip upside down. And right here, they could come out, so you gotta be careful. Just be gentle. So basically, you take the trucks, and you want the trucks Kingpin to be facing in. So you want this truck to be facing this way, and this truck to be facing this way. You want the Kingpin and the bushings facing in. This is the Kingpin. And these little orange things are the bushings. Kingpin, orange things are the bushings. You want that facing in. So you line it up over the bolts, do one at a time. Put this one off to the side. I put my hand under the board so the bolts don't fall out. And I just line up the holes and I put it on. Also, one more thing, when you're screwing on the nuts, you want the flat side down. So if you can see, if I show you on the GoPro, that's the flat side, that's the side you want down. This is the side you want up. The flat side goes down. I want to take my nuts and just screw them on lightly with your finger. Great.
Don't forget to smash like if you're enjoying this skateboarding video.
Gotta line it up. Sometimes it's hard. And you can push on the other side with your hand and hold the hardware from the other side so it doesn't fall out. And you push on it with your fingers and your hand. And you go right, obviously, to tighten it. Gets on, tighten that one. Go to the next one. And now since you have these ones already on, you can actually let go of those and focus on the other two. I put my fingers on the other two now, my pinky and my middle finger here. And just gently lining it up with the screws and just going right and screwing it on. Screwing the nut on. Do this one. Great. Make sure it's lined up. You can let that go. Move to the second truck. That's facing the right way. This is facing, make sure the Kingpin's in, the bushings are facing in. Put my hand underneath, line up the holes with the screws. Just gently put it on top. Take my nuts.
And screw them on.
Sometimes it's hard to line them up. Some don't screw on as good as other ones. I don't get it, but it's just how it is.
Screw all 4 nuts tight with your fingers.
Alright, and then they actually leave you with one extra nut, so if you lose the other ones, you have an extra one and you got an extra screw. Alright, so before we start tightening the trucks, we're going to talk about riser pads, and these are actually riser pads that are from my skate shop, from my parents' skate shop. They're little plastic things that go in between your trucks and your board. So I would actually put this in between here before I screw this on. We're gonna actually talk about that in another video. These are just leftover from my shop. And there's actually certain trucks that work better with risers, and we're gonna talk about it in another video. I just wanted to show you. It's pretty cool that these are leftover from my parents' skate shop. Definitely have to get some mini logo trucks are really good for riser pads. So I might have to get some mini logo trucks and try them out because apparently they're really good for beginners. And riser pads work well with them. So besides that, we'll get to another video. So we're gonna get down to the screwing in part. So we're gonna take our handy skate tool that we got here, and this is actually gonna be 3/8 socket for the nuts. So you can always use that out of a socket set if you don't have a skate tool. So basically, you want to take your skate tool, you want to put it over top the nut. Take your handy power tool, make sure it's going right, because righty's tighty, lefty's loosely. So you turn your board over. I'm gonna turn it around like that. You got your skate tool on it here, over the bolt. I'm gonna get this lined up, Phillips head, and just do it nice and slow. Do one corner, don't tighten it all the way. Oh. That's why you don't want to go too fast and strip it. And if you don't feel comfortable with using electric tools, you could always use a screwdriver. So you put the socket over the other one, and I like to tighten one corner, and then I'll tighten the other corner. So now I'm going from the left bottom corner to the top right corner. Get it lined up, tighten her on up. Now as I'm holding it on the other side with my hand and the skate tool, do this in over top of the nut, securing it from the other side. Tighten that up. That one's in tight. Switch to the other one. Rotate the board around.
Guys, have any questions about building a skateboard? Comment below.
Tighten up this last one. Alright, great. Don't need the screw gun anymore. As you can see, they're pretty tight so far, but I like to take my screwdriver at the end here, give them a couple more tightens, a couple more turns, a couple more screws. Get them nice and tight, because you don't want your screws sticking out. It's gonna mess up when you do ollies.
You don't want to
Tighten them too much, because it's gonna get loose once you start skating it, and then you can retighten it once you start skating it. Alright, so that's what you're gonna look like when it's done. Basically, you'll see how the bolts or the screw and the screws are slightly above the grip tape. As you skate it, the hardware will become loose again. You'll just have to retighten it. So now we're going to switch to the GoPro to show you how to do the wheels and the bearings.
This is how
to put a bearing on with the skateboard truck. All right, you take your 1/2" skate tool and you unscrew the 1/2" nut. Comes off. Then you take the washers off. There's 2 of them. So you take the 2 washers off. Put the truck facing you. Take one of the bearings. So you want the red facing out. So you put the red down. You put this on top of that. And you want to come over top of it, and you want to line it up and just press straight down. with your weight. Turn it. Try to get it straight on there. Even it out. Great. Okay, take your other bearing, put it on there, flip it over, put it down, straight over top, push down, straight over top, turn it, the wheel, halfway, push down. Great. So basically, and then you put the first washer on it, put this side facing up, grab another washer, put it on top, screw it in, and you want it to be a little loose, and that's it. And then you just continue this process on all 4 other wheels. Alright, a lot of times you're going through this process of putting the bearings on, you'll look at the wheel and you'll spin it and you'll see it, and it won't be spinning correctly, it will spinning crookedly. The wheel is spinning crookedly. So basically what you want to do is loosen this nut, bring it down like this, unscrew this. I already loosened this, and all you got to do is take off the washer. We're going to take this one off first. So you just put the axle in the right here on the tip of this, and you pull up and to the right. Put it on the axle a little bit and just pull up and to the right. And it comes right off. Then you just flip it over to do the other one. Just pull up, comes right out. And then just make sure when you put it back on, you push straight down and they'll go right back on straight. You want a nice smooth spin just like this. And that's the trick, how to get them nice and straight. We just completed the skateboard and now it's a beautiful day outside, so we're gonna go shred this thing. It's a brand new deck we got. Make sure you smash like if you enjoyed this video, and then subscribe if you want to see more skate videos, and if you want to learn more skate knowledge. We're going to talk about risers, we're going to talk about mini logo trucks. One more thing, guys, click on one of the boxes on the screen up here on the left or right, and you can check out more skate tutors, skateboarding videos. Peace out, see you out there at the skate parks.